Hello everyone and welcome to another segment of FF Insider. I'm here today with Matt Tall, our VP of Manufacturing. Matt, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Welcome to Hanford.
Well, thank you very much. I know we're going to talk about some updates here in the factory, but before we get into it, can you tell us a little bit about your professional background?
Sure. I started off in the auto industry in 1992, so I've got about 29 years of experience. I built Ford vehicles, GM vehicles, Mercedes-Benz vehicles, Rivian vehicles, and now I've worked my way to Faraday Future.
Great. Well, congratulations are in order because today we reached our first milestone for the factory. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes. So we have basically 6 milestones that we're tracking on the construction side of the process. And the first one being kicking off the paint construction, which on the tour we highlighted, and also our pre-production build area readiness, which we've completed both of those initiatives ahead of schedule.
And what about these other milestones? What can you tell us about them?
So the second milestone is the certificate of occupancy. So we're working with the local authorities to get our certificate of occupancy. That's the second milestone, right around the 1st of November. The third milestone is the Foundation B, which is the balance of the production department's foundation. We walk through paint where you see the contractors working. The rest of the organization has a body shop, a final assembly, propulsion, vehicle quality, pre-delivery. So that's the next part of the milestone. Milestone number 4 is the start of our actual pre-production builds in our pre-production build area. Milestone number 5 is the start of MEP, which is mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. That is all necessary to put the production equipment in once the foundation and the floors are ready. And then the last one, which is most important, is our commitment to build vehicles in the plant in July of 2022.
So you have a lot of experience and involvement in building over 7 factories. Can you tell us a little bit more about what makes building this one here at FF different?
I think the scale of what we're trying to do at Faraday Future in this particular factory is different. It's an existing facility, the demolition is done. Right now we're in the build-up phase, which reduces a lot of risk. Our task right now is getting the foundation and the building ready, installing the equipment, validating the equipment, and then outside of that also start hiring the salary and hourly workforce, getting them trained so that everybody understands clearly and concisely what their role in this manufacturing puzzle is.
So we won't just focus on the automation and the machinery here at the factory, but also there's hand craftsmanship that we're focused on as well.
That's correct. And so most of the other EVs are building more vehicles at a lower price point. So it's high volume, heavily automated operations. We're at a distinct advantage in that we're doing it on a smaller scale, and that is less prove out of equipment. We're taking an approach where it's a hybrid approach where we are putting automation in where it's necessary in body and paint, and the balance of our build process is that craftsmanship where our operators are building that high quality Rolls-Royce, Bentley, Lamborghini quality into our vehicles.
Can you tell us a little bit more about our pre-production paint process here at FF?
Sure. This is another example of us being a little bit ahead of the curve. We have a paint booth, an oven, and a sealing station to do all of our pre-production vehicles. The vehicle that we're standing in front of now is our latest pre-production level vehicle that we are going to use for the final engineering and certification process of our vehicles.
I know we're all looking forward to it, and we've all been all hands on deck recently. Can you tell me a little bit about what you enjoy about working at FF?
I really enjoy the accountability that I am pressed with. So we're always talking about our milestones. We're talking about how many days are left until July. We have them plastered all over the computer screens. But I also love the fact that I have the autonomy to make the decisions necessary to get all the milestones done, hire the people, set the culture, and then I'm held to an accountability standpoint of, am I meeting my timelines? As long as I'm meeting my timelines, I'm really happy that no one's coming down and saying, why don't you do it this way, do it another way, because there's a variety of ways to launch a vehicle. But again, my focus is always hiring the right workforce, setting the culture, and empowering them to do all the work, because one person can't do manufacturing by itself.
Absolutely. And how does it feel to have some of our members from HQ office and Gardena come over here and see what's happening hands-on?
It really shows the concerted effort from the entire company to be a part of the solution, not necessarily a part of the problem. And this should be the home for everybody at Faraday, right? It's not just manufacturing's facility and nobody else is welcome. It's going to take all of us working in a concerted effort to launch this vehicle. A lot of things are done in parallel, so we're doing the construction and equipment readiness while certification and engineering is getting the vehicles certified so that we can sell them to customers. And then all of that has to happen all in concert. And then the serial things, where a milestone from an internal customer is a plant requirement, we just got to make sure we meet those dates.
We've been gathering a lot of sentiment online and interest in our factory and how we're moving forward in the pre-production process. How's your confidence level as we go forward?
I have a lot of confidence in the ability to be able to launch vehicles. I've got a lot of growing pains on how not to do it, and you learn over time, doing it over and over again, what works, what doesn't. And at the end of the day, it boils down to people, hiring the right people, setting the culture, and making sure that everybody is part of the solution. Give them clear and concise requirements of what you want them to do, and then always be smart enough to know that if your plan's not working, as a leader, you have to step in and apply more resources to get us back on track or alter that plan. You can't just go with the plan when it's not working. You got to bring the teams in. Here's our problem, help them be a part of the solution, and then constantly keep moving forward.
Well, thank you, Matt, for joining us today and for giving us the tour. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you all so much for watching this segment of FF Insider. If you haven't already, make sure you download the FF Intelligent app, available on iOS and Android, and there you can stay connected with us. We'll catch you on the next segment of FF Insider.